Imagine he actually did. No, that's bullshit. It is finally time to say we are back with more ReZero, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. You can catch the full live reactions over on Patreon, among other exclusives. Let's jump into it and see what Subaru and gang got in store for us this week. You crying? Yeah. That's how they know, like, he's not just doing his normal goofy bullshit, like, something has happened, like, they both can acknowledge that he needs actual support, not their usual kind of hazing that they do with each other, right? I appreciate that he's trusting in them. Oh, poor Julius. He's like the one person who fucking remembered me. Imagine he would have just fucking looked her in the eye and like, who's crap? Oh, that'd be crazy. But I guess that's too diabolical. Bitch. Why do you gotta physically assault him? That's why you'll never be as good as your sister, damn it. Whatever her name is. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. I really appreciate that, Ram. Every step of the way, he was scared of his OG self, thinking his OG self was his monster, and now he's actually finally accepting that maybe this is something that wasn't... No wonder these people liked him. And it wasn't because those people were also psychopaths. Some pretty good development there. Subaru's a better man than me, because what I do right here is I fucking kick her in the face. She going flying. I ain't trusting this anymore. I'm done. Is that just like her go-to? Because of how she was up until prison sentence? Could you imagine walking in on this scene? Subaru, as your lawyer, I would not be able to defend you. That looks bad. That looks like you fucking yeeted her. It's crazy, too, that, like, her response to being, like, 8, quite literally, was just, that tickles. Don't you love family bonding time when you're cleaning off your blood-soaked knife on the good sofa? Going from the entire time she was nothing but a wildebeest, like literally biting in to kill, she still does the kind of like the bite, but now it feels more cuteness aggression. It's like Stockholm Syndrome, but you're aware of it. She became such a strong part of her life that she wanted to be around her, but she hated her, but then she also came to the conclusion that she needed to kill her. What a complicated ball of emotions. No wonder you fucking push us at the slight inconvenience. Hopefully get a fucking checkpoint, though. Like, if we have to redo this shit... I don't know about that one, boss. Honestly, in a way, this moment represents everything that makes Subaru the perfect Isekai MC. Now, that can't be rehabilitated. That's just... Hold up. Thumbnail time. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Who's gonna be front and center on that thumbnail? Come on now. Boy, oh boy, was this a banger of an episode, and does it ever explain why Subaru, Natsuki fucking Subaru, is the GOAT of Isekai MCs. And I firmly believe this for a long time. I generally think he's my favorite, and in terms of just the guy that I just want to root for in the top handful always. But this episode really does flex why he is the best, and I want to make it explicitly clear. I don't think you just have to have MCs that make you feel good, or have MCs that are moral justice. You need laws. I like evil characters, I like questionable characters. But yeah, the characters that are always gonna make me feel the best are gonna be ones that I'm like, damn, you can actually trust alone in a fucking room of kids. And not be like, oh, but wait, you know, he's a little no, he's just a fucking good guy. Like, everyone fucking knows that. But Subaru, despite all of his pain, you know, he's lashed out. He's had his moments of lows. But boy, oh boy, I ain't gonna lie. If I was in his shoes and I've been getting killed, I probably would have kicked her over the edge, okay? I would have. But that's why I'm not Subaru. But Subaru is Subaru, and what makes Subaru such a fucking great MC is the way that, rather than adding fuel to the fire, someone who's lived a life of nothing but abuse and pain, I think most people put in Subaru's shoes wouldn't have stopped her from falling to her death. I think it's very easy to say you would have, blah, 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 but like, if you've been killed over and over and you know for sure she'd been the one pushing you, I mean, yeah, you probably wouldn't. It's so easy to respond with violence. It takes a lot of strength to respond with compassion. And this is where it gets complicated, right? Okay, but if this was a real world, like our own world, could we just send her back on the streets? No. She would need therapy and rehabilitation, a lot of stuff. But that's why just simple jail is not always the answer for people like this, right? What she needs is proper guidance. And yeah, there is a chance it won't work out and she will still respond with murderous intent when things are confusing for her. It's possible. But the fact that Subaru's willing to give her the person who's caused him a lot of fucking pain, a chance to heal and grow. That's incredible. I've seen a lot of stories, even outside of anime, that try the, you've done horrible things, but I'm just going to forgive you because I'm the hero I don't kill. And yeah, there is very bad ways to write this. I'm not going to deny that. But this right here is not one of those examples. This is a man who fully admits, yeah, shit might go wrong again. But in this case, what do I gain? No, instead, here, knowing what we know about her story, especially what she has explained, she lived in a life that's borderline Stockholm Syndrome, where she almost got too comfy with her abuser and captor. She still wanted her dead, but it was a weird comfort that, like, she got used to, and it wasn't healthy, right? This is the type of guy that I'm fully convinced could purge the most demonic of spirits if given enough time. I think the only reason he doesn't is because he's not immortal, so he constantly dies from the evil. But if you give this man 1,000,000 health points, I think you could take fucking Beetlejuice in this show and turn him into an okay babysitter. Maybe not perfect, but okay. That's how good he is. This scene in particular is so interesting to me because we saw what she was like when she was pretty much a wildebeest. The fact that you go from every time she was scared and lashed out to like fully gnawing into arms and necks and the like. The fact that she then would do it in an almost cuteness aggression way at that point in her life. The directing of this episode was spot on, and I think it genuinely is such an amazing episode. Like, there's probably some recency bias just because we haven't had ReZero in like a month and a half, almost 2 months, right? But it doesn't change the fact that the more you learn, the more you see how Subaru's acting. The fact that he's saying, you know what? Yeah, it's entirely possible we clear this tower, I get my memories back regardless, but I know Subaru's a smart enough motherfucker to know that nothing is guaranteed. It's entirely possible he never gets those memories back. But when you consider the fact that the big thing that was compelling when he was fearful of everyone, it was that from his point of view, Natsuki Subaru was a freaky motherfucker. Why would people want to associate? Like, these people must be freaky as hell. They must be evil. Like, what's wrong? And instead, he's now, there's a moment, I think it was just after when he was talking with Ram, where he's like, huh, so this is Subaru. Maybe I don't have to fear him after all. To see that development is so awesome. And it makes total sense why she is like this. I mean, I don't think it justifies her beating his ass. But when you consider the fact that, is, you know, I can forgive forgetting everything, but forgetting Rem, like, that's just too much. There's so many layers to this episode, but I think as a whole, it just represents why Subaru is not your run-of-the-mill MC, and why I've always said I've never understood Season 1 hatred. Like, there are a lot of ReZero fans who say Subaru got good. No, Subaru's always been good. He's just, yeah, there's been annoying cringe moments, but that's intentional. I mean, at first, he's like, I'm living the Isekai fantasy, oh, fuck, you know? No one put in his shoes doing better, unless you're a fucking sociopath. Like, let's be real. I love Subaru. He's always been great since fucking episode 1, if you ask me. But yeah, he's gotten better with time, like an aged wine. Fucking incredible stuff. I will not be taking questions. Subaru is the GOAT. You could trust him with any child and know they're safe. Which unfortunately you can't say for most Isekai MCs, but do me a solid. Let me know what you thought of this episode down below. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. And yes, Patreon, we do got full lengths over there. And hey, if you're already over my Patreon, I'll give you a video shout out because my patrons are what fund this YouTube channel. So today we got Braun P, Ike O, Zero, Wyack Wilkin, Sarah Bry, Soggy Toast, JJ Co, I Am Here, Alexis A, and we also have Sonayor. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. You all have a good one.